Welcome back to Adventure Forge. It's been a long time. It's been a crazy year around here, and I thought it was about time I gave you guys in YouTube land an update. And well, I'm sitting in it. Built a new shop, and really happy with it. It's more traditional. I didn't bring the power hammer over. Just have the coal forge and the anvil swedge block. Nice sturdy workbench, and slowly coming around here. Hopefully we'll get it all closed in before the snow flies. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update on the shop and where I'm at. I've decided to change my approach to blacksmithing in general in a couple ways. One is taking orders for things that aren't made. I'm going to stop doing that. It's just like a real job at that point. What I would much rather do is make whatever it is I feel like making and put it available on my website. So you'll see the website start to change when things become available, and those items will be available to ship out as soon as I can get them packaged and shipped. So no long lead times, and on the downside, no custom orders. So it's not to say I won't do a custom order in the future, but I'd like to, for the most part, do work on things that I want to work on. I want to develop some more on this style axe, the Hudson's Bay axe. If you're waiting for one of these, there's only one of you. This is yours. It's the last of this style. So in the past, what I've been doing is piercing a solid billet and drawing it out. And I've been doing it without the power hammer for the most part, and it is time consuming. But more importantly, it's not the way that these axes were actually built. So I recently visited the Forge de Montreal. Matthew Collette was kind enough to host us for a couple days, and we made Biscayne axes. And this is the Biscayne axe that I came away with. It's wrought iron, and I'll put some close-up pictures in the video here. Wrought iron construction, wrapped die with a welded bit. And the Biscayne axe is the predecessor to the Hudson's Bay. And the Hudson's Bay axe that I've been using for my template is this one here. This wrought iron wrapped die construction with a pull, and the lines of my Hudson's Bay axe have always followed that. So you'll see that this axe is just an extension of that axe with the sharpened bit restored. This is a little bit lighter model that is my most popular, I would say, or second most popular. My most popular is the lightest model. And anyways, long story short, I'm going to this style of construction. Matthew inspired me to develop, to rediscover the process. Not that it's been lost. I mean, everybody makes axes. Not everybody, but a lot of people make axes in this method, wrapped die. There's been some talk that this pierced die construction, solid tool steel superior, holds up better. Well, to that, I've got axes 400 years old, wrapped die construction, wrought iron. This one might be 250, 300 years old, wrought iron construction, wrapped die. This one is probably 200 years old, wrought iron construction, wrapped die, Hudson's Bay axe. These axes are still here, and these axes work. As far as whether or not this is a stronger construction, yes, probably. But this is not a practical way to make an axe for a single blacksmith in a shop. Single blacksmith in a shop doesn't have at his disposal the heavy equipment required to do this pierced eye construction. And ultimately, there's some limitations to this method. Unless you start developing some really special tooling, you really can't maintain certain aspects. This axe has a very wedged profile, and we'll compare that to this one here. You see, this is a Snow and Neely Hudson's Bay axe. It's almost a caricature of the Hudson's Bay axe. It looks similar, but in many ways it's much different. Look at the difference in the size of the pawl. I don't know what drove them away from this design and to this design. I guess it's because they were using the modern construction method. It's difficult to maintain this hard wedge shape right back to the end. Not impossible, but hard. So, long story short, I have started developing it. And this was my first attempt just to see if I could get the pawl. I'm a bit short. This is 5/8 thick. Um, it's only a sliver of an axe, right? It's not a whole axe, but it was just to see how would this profile come in. And I was pretty happy with that. It required some further development. And this is my second development. I went ahead and made an axe. And again, not perfect, but getting closer. And going forward, all these new wrapped eye construction axes will either be made from mild steel or wrought iron. And you'll know it's the new style axe if you're holding one of my axes because it's got this stamp, which is a beaver, and I'll put a close-up of that in the video as well. So I'm changing the name of the axe. The axe used to be called Trapper, and now I'm calling it Amik. Amik is the Ojibwe word for beaver, and the beaver was the target animal for the fur trade. For the most part, that was the most traded pelt. So I thought it was fitting that we put a nod to the First Nations people who opened up this country for trade long before Europeans arrived, and they adopted the European axes because, well, they were superior in that they were made of iron. I'd like to keep making axes in that style. So yeah, that's the update from the shop. Welcome to the new shop space. I hope to get a video out a little more frequently than I have been. This whole year's been crazy. I got married this year and built the shop, and yeah, it's just been a whirlwind, it seems. I can't believe that the summer is over. It's cold in the shop right now, and soon I'll have a little wood stove in here to keep me warm. But before we get a wood stove, we've got to put a dormer on the front wall, and we've got to do a door. So I do have windows for the shop, but they won't go in this year. I'll do them next year. You can see through the walls right now. I do need to start plugging gaps. But yeah, welcome to the new shop. We haven't named it yet. I'm toying with the name The Wildcat. The Wildcat was a logging camp near me here. We're going to do some traditional logging tools, cant hooks hopefully, and perhaps even some larger axes rather than the Hudson's Bay, but some more logging era axes with handles and such. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Comment below if there's something in the that I said here that you want to discuss further, or you want me to do a video to elaborate on. I will be doing a video on the construction of this axe. This is still a prototype. It's pretty rough. I'll keep this one around here and put it to good use, maybe splitting kindling around the campfire. And but yeah, look for these to start showing up on the website, and thanks for tuning in.